LISTNR production.
The opposition leader promises to continue the radiotherapy fight, and some good news for local fishermen. Good morning, it's Amy Ross with a Limestone Coast local news update. Some sunshine this morning before the wet weather hits. We're heading for a top of 16 in Mount Gambier and a 15 in Robe. We'll keep pushing for radiation treatment on the Limestone Coast. That's the promise from opposition leader David Spears, who's been in Mount Gambier this week to hear from support groups and cancer patients trying to get a service up and running in Mount Gambier.
There were a lot of tears as real-life stories were told, but there is hope that that momentum is there, with the opposition firmly behind this campaign.
The matter is still being considered by a select committee after a petition with 16,000 signatures was presented to State Parliament. Good news for Limestone Coast rock lobster fishers. The state government's made some changes to the fishing seasons. Fishing in the northern zone will be allowed all year round permanently from September 1, while the season will start a month earlier in the southern zone, also from September 1. And Primary Industries Minister Claire Scriven says that's when the Premier will head to China, one of our biggest lobster markets.
Where he'll be able to advocate for the easing of trade restrictions that impact on a number of our local industries in the southeast, rock lobster being one, but others of course as well, particularly wine. So he's very keen to be able to be involved in those discussions with China.
While many are still doing it tough when it comes to finding a rental or paying their rent, the latest PropTrack data from June has shown regional demand is starting to slow. According to the monthly report, the number of listings are up more than 20% on a year ago, and PropTrack Director of Economic Research Cameron Cusher says it's a positive trend that could continue.
Rental market conditions are easing in regional Australia. Demand has pulled back from the highs we saw during the pandemic. There's more stock available to rent, and as a result of that, the pace of rental price growth has slowed significantly and quite possibly will continue to slow over the coming quarters.
And as if colds, flu and COVID aren't bad enough this winter, we also have to be on guard for meningococcal disease. 16 people in South Australia have contracted the bug so far this year, with a 36-year-old Adelaide man recently becoming the first fatality. Symptoms include a fever and headache, followed by a purple rash, neck stiffness and intolerance to light. And GP Dr. Andrew Leach says anyone can get the disease.
But some of the groups that need to be more cautious would be the younger age groups, particularly children aged 0 to 4, and within that age group, the younger children aged 0 to 1.
After this, there is no turning back. You sip the red can, the story ends. You sip the black can, you enter dreamland. And I show you just how good the truth can taste. Max Taste Challenge.
Looking ahead to this weekend's Limestone Coast Football Association's fixtures, in the Men's League, Ladder Leaders Internationals will be looking to back up last weekend's 13-goal haul when the side takes on Apollo in a top-of-the-table clash. Elsewhere, Millicent is taking on Blue Lake, and Centrals are up against Narracourt United. And 4 Lower South East Hockey Association players will be heading up to Newcastle in September. Georgia, Monique, Kate and Jessie have all been selected in the Hockey SA squads to compete in Hockey Australia's Under-13 Carnival. That's all from the newsroom for now. For the latest local news throughout the day, download the LISTNR app.
BP Plus. Do business the clever way. Visit bpplus.com.au to find out more.